Hey guys, Manikarthik here. I have to make a big confession today. We'll get to it towards the end of this video, but stick with me through this. It's just 3 minutes long. I have to give you a story. Back in 2017, 18, when I was actually coming back from US, I was just too proud of myself. I was in the startup world. I was, working with a lot of companies. I've worked with a lot of companies in the US, and I was too proud of myself for having the kind of bandwidth that I had, which meant that I was juggling between different things at any point of time. 3 or 4 projects at any point of time, multiple tabs on Chrome, multiple projects and multiple, I had Asana, I had Trello, I had, Facebook for work, I had Slack, and all these different things that would need my attention. And I was going good. I was too proud of myself. I thought that I could actually pull this off. But then in 2018, early 2018, I kind of paused for a bit because I realized that I was taking too much on my plate. I had like 6 projects at one point of time, which was really serious projects. And I thought I could actually pull this off for the rest of my life. But when I reflected back in 2017 and 18, I realized that it wasn't making the kind of traction that it could have or I thought it would. And the reason was none else than me. Because I was actually tying all these baggages to myself and trying to run a marathon when I was actually getting pulled back because there was so much drag on me. And if I ask you this question, guys, I'm pretty sure you would agree with me. How many of you have at least 3 or 4 minimum tabs open on Chrome? I think I'm being very generous here. I think all of you might have at least 10 plus tabs open on Chrome or your mobile phone, right? And on top of that, you have all kinds of apps these days. So you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have TikTok, you have, I don't know, whatever else, LinkedIn and all these different things. And all of these apps keep sending those notifications for the silliest of things, for the likes, for the comments, for the shares, for the people who are going live and everything. And it's just too much to handle for a person. So if you're anything like me, I want you to take a step back, take a breather and just reflect upon what you've been doing all this while. Actually, are you doing things at your potential? Are you doing things at the speed that you can actually do it? I'm pretty sure if you have all these different things opened up, you would think that you can actually pull it off. And I think it comes with experience. Once you go through that saturation point, that's when you realize that, okay, wait a minute, I was wrong about this. Perhaps there's a better way to do this. And I realized this in 2018, early 2018, when I did this. So I realized that I have all these apps and I have these notifications coming in. Some of you might actually know me that I would immediately be replying to every comment I would get on Facebook, every mention I would get on Twitter. But I stopped doing that in early 2018. Instead, what I started doing was I took intervals of time. What that meant was I would reply to all these notifications at morning 9 o'clock, the first thing in the morning when I start my work. And then I would give it some time. Then I would get in with all the projects that I was supposed to. I would focus my entire attention on those. And I would come back to all these notifications on social media by like afternoon. And then after that, I would take a little bit more break and then come back in the evening. So when I compartmentalized things, it started working like magic. Because now people would know what time to expect my replies. People would know when I would be replying, or if there is a delay, they're okay because I would be coming back to them in the afternoon or in the evening. And I felt good too because I didn't anymore feel compelled to reply to these notifications and everything. And earlier, I thought that somebody would be feeling bad if I don't get back to them for their comment immediately, and that was not the case. In our minds, you think that some of these things are really, really necessary for us. You can't live with it. I know people who say that they can't live with their phones. Not true. Not true at all. So do this experiment with me if you can, possibly. I know it sounds silly and dumb, but go to all your notifications settings in your app, in your phone, and turn them off for almost all apps except for maybe one that you think is really, really important. Like if you have your family or some that kind of stuff which needs that kind of top priority, leave them off, but turn off the notifications for everything. If you can do it for everything, nothing like it. And give it some intervals of time. Go back to these notifications after, let's say, 3 hours or 4 hours, one time in the morning, one time in the afternoon, one time in the evening, or even intermittently that way. And what this does to your brain is very interesting. So like I said, I had 6 projects going on at one point of time in early 2018, and I wasn't happy with it because it was actually dragging me back for the kind of attention it needed. It wasn't getting, and I was unhappy. So what I did was I focused on just 2 projects. I asked myself this question: what is really important to me? What do I think should actually work, and what do I think can actually wait? And I got the answer. I had 2 projects which I needed to like desperately get going, and I focused all my attention and life energies on those 2 projects. And today, in that 1 year span of time, if you've seen my reports, you know that I made a revenue of $200K last year, in the last 12 months. And that is from those 2 projects. And I'm super happy about it. The same projects were available, back in 2016 and 17, but it was just dragging, making a little bit of attraction, not too much, not to its full potential. So guys, if you're anything like me, if you have too many things going on in your life, you may not have projects, but at least if you have too many social networks connected, if you're on, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I like that app, by the way. But all of this going on, make sure that you cut down and focus on what is really, really important. If it is networking and career that's your focus on LinkedIn. If it's just spending time and everything, then you have TikTok and those entertainment kind of apps. But get back to them once a while. Turn off the notifications. Make sure that they don't pull you in different directions, and focus on what really matters. Because when you focus, when you put your attention on one particular thing, it actually makes you a Ferrari out of anything, right? You're able to go in top speeds in the right kind of direction and the right kind of momentum that is required for these projects. Otherwise, you think that you're paying attention to it, but you're actually not. So I just want to share this one small thing with you today. So my bad habit in 2018 was that I wasn't focused at all. I was just totally, completely scatterbrained kind of. I was paying attention to every single project, 6 projects at one point of time. And I was totally drained and strained and stressed out, and nothing was working out. But fast forward to 2018, end of 2018, things are really working out for me. I've made great progress on 2 of those projects where I actually put my focus and attention on. If you could do this, guys, test it out. I could be completely wrong. This could totally be a personal thing, but I hope it works for you guys. And I've seen people suffering from this getting pulled into different directions syndrome with all these different apps out there. So try it out. And if I made a mistake, let me know, call me out. If I'm bullshitting, you think, then, call me out, feel free to. But let me know in comments if you agree to this, or if you have a better idea of optimizing your time and energies into what you're actually supposed to do. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. This is Mani Karthik, signing off.